GWM, go with more. 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 GWM, go with more.
Hello there, media friends and users. Hello everyone, welcome to the launch event of the V9X Family Edition. It has been 2 months up till now for this V9X, the flagship standards showing up till now for this Family Edition launch. And we always would like to target for the diverse demands of the users and also to have the better service to our customers and to have a better solution for different scenarios. So next, welcome the main speaker, CEO of Wei, Zhao Yongpo, to come to the stage. Welcome him. Hello, the audience and all of the Wei family members of Wei. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zhao Yongpo. Today, actually this year is the auto industry's flagship year, and different type of the brands has launched their vehicles in the market, and V9X has collected a widely attention of this industry and also our widely users. And for the V9X Family Edition has been launched, and I would like to share some interesting points I realized. And when this vehicle has delivered, today the V9X on the market is more and more, and I believe that people would like to know what exactly type of the customer selected the V9X. They gonna drive their car to where? And they like self-driving or they like ADAS? What about the attitude for living? And what about the habits to using the vehicles? So let's take a look at the data. Up till the end of June, the V9X, the footprint of these users has already covered the whole China, and the collected this traveling distance has been more than 3.75 million kilometers. For the single vehicle, for single day, the maximum long distance is going to be 1,486 kilometers. This is kinds of from Beijing to Nanchang, from Guangzhou to Zhengzhou. It could be able to run, and they're enough to run, and would like to have self-driving. This is actually the V9X owners is a significant tag. And for all of these users, maybe this type of the luxury brands that users actually have a very high percentage, and they can afford their initial creation. They don't want to give up, and they would like to have a very extremely high requirement for the machinery performances. They are actually very picky, like middle class users. And let's take a look about their ADAS status. So at the end of June, the V9X, their self-parking has been using for like 31,000 times, and also for the ADS it's going to be more than 1.08 million kilometers. The total percentage is going to be 28.8%. And so all of the media, I believe that for the ADS usage is already knows it very well. For the whole industry, it's going to be the top end performances. So we would like to give this traveling to the technology to give the time to ourselves. They are actually very smart, like excellent people working in their industry. So at last, let's take a look about the living data. When people do using like GPS during the weekend, except for this traveling to the shopping and also study and luxury and also relax and entertainment, traveling to the holiday is actually have a higher percentage. And on top of that, and also the usage for using that vehicle is going to be using at like 15%. At deep at night, it's going to be only 6%. So we can see is that pay attention to the education and have a proper living style. This is actually have multiple kids, family. They care about their family very much. They buy the vehicle, would like to have a better service, better experience for their family, and give a better grow up space for their kids. And they have different preference for this living, and also the selection standard is quite standard. And the people reliable and would like to select a vehicle they think is good. So this type of service is not just like slogan. This is actually like both parties would like working together. The people would like to durable buying it and also have some recommendations together with their relevance and family members. So because of this, and to have to provide a reliable service to you is actually showing up our brand at all. So at launch event in May, we actually have showing up like a three type of the 2.0T vehicles is the exclusive and also luxury lens, and also the standard like family edition. So recently we have collected a lot of feedback from these users. They recognize the V9X brand and also the quality, but they would like to have enough power, have top significantly arrangement, and also to match with the family demand. For our users, we have some plan relying on like a dual X module ability to provide the 1.5T, the superpowers V9X luxury family edition has already applied in there's like a currently on the stage is actually the V9X, the family edition like luxury brand. So it's going to be like a longevity for longer run is to have a better like milestone for your career, and also to have a better whole family, and also have multiple power, and one vehicle with multiple sizes and with multiple scenarios. It's still luxury and also intelligent enough and also quite reliable. So for the W and V, it's not just for like short terms. We would like to working for it as the long term. And for like V9X brand and also V9X, all of this is just a starting point. So before, as Mr. Wei, together with a lot of friends, always saying that our Wei doesn't know how to do the marketing. A lot of products, likewise, didn't explain it properly. So here, I would like to accept it. All of their like ambitions and also restaurants, the people would like to put the good things in like marketing properly, and we would like to put the good things into the details. So today I would like to like step by step to explain each of the points and to make everybody recognize again about the V9X. The luxury is not just the sound you can see it. It's actually you can see in different details. A lot of users for the V9X design has a same opinion. They think that is quite good, quite classic, very nice. And because for this front end, they can have like not just a one line light using like a 3D ray and logo +1+1+1. This matchable lights, multiple different like Oriental elements with the Chinese preferred like media and peaceful, and completely showing up to build up a significantly like Oriental scenario. And for the side part, we can see is that based on like shot video together with like long angle, and we're gonna have based on this Chinese like a historical construction to have an excellent radio of the whole vehicle, and all of this design and also the front is using like a whole beautiful line to describe about the whole vehicle in order to realize the light with the shadows spreads balance in the whole industry, we have like a V curved adjustment, put all of this record into more than 50 million tons of the points to have describe of the like millions of luxury vehicles. And let's take a look at the two sizes. The longer one, this is the 5.3 meters, and also the that is going to be the wheelbase is 3.15 meters and suitable for the commerce and also family, which would be suitable for different scenarios. And also for the standard wheelbase of family edition, the length is 5.2 meters and the wheelbase is 3.05 for the city using, and also for the parking in the parking place is quite suitable and good for the family use. Of course, we have different sizes, but for the Oriental, beautiful, and also the the addition and the promises is quite matched. So this base is not just showing up from this appearance design, but also for each of like the feeling when you launch out, when you together with your family members, and the whole vehicle could automatic showing up and also have slowly showing up for the family people to step into this vehicle, and also slightly to open the door, and the automatic door will open it softly. And also this is actually there's great feeling for our family members. And every time it's going to get into this vehicle, it's going to have a very good feeling, and every time when you launch, when you go out, and so this is your feeling is always together with you. This is actually for this highlight intelligent light. It's going to identify different type of the scenarios, no matter for like the wishes for the birthday party or your lovers sweets. We're going to using like the accident preference way to using a very soft way for this light language. So the next, let's together with the V9X to go to the Macau to witness with like the great romantic based on all of the details. Let's take a look. So their oriental beauty and also quite luxury and classic. And so we believe that it's going to have a long history and launched a great excellence. So we can see is that once we saw it, it's great performances using like oriental way to give a reliability feeling for the whole family members. And one flagship edition, not only we can have the way for this oriental beauty, but also we need to have like whole families would like to moving towards. And this is actually the globally the first, the high-fall like intelligent four-drive hybrid technology. This is actually the great like whole scenarios like hybrid technology. This is not just the one point to starting up. This is actually the whole scenarios. It's not only fast but also stable, but also saving the energy and also like traveling long journey enough. So this is the system. It's going to have a high recognition by the government and get the 2025 for the China Auto Federal for this high-tech improvement the excellence awards. This is also for this hybrid technology, the first time to get this award, and we are proud to say that the GWM's high-fall. This is for this hybrid region's their king position. Up till now, for the V9X has collected the super high-fall, and based on this high-fall, we have completely improved. The maximum could go to have like 2.0T, like hybrid engine, plus like 4 gears gearbox together with 800 volts high pressure structure, and 6 is the peak time, and maximum is 80 degrees like hybrid power of the battery to have more scenarios, greater power performances, not only for the city river or like mountains. Is actually great, like safety and reliable performances. When we go to the mountain, and based on this the layout of this front and up of these two motors, and for this battery, and together with the control, and for this turning, and we're not going to have any issues. And for this making a U-turn, we're not going to have like tear showing, and it's quite stable and quite smooth. And the backside, the senior people will not going to be easy to have uncomfortable, because it's that to be faster and more stable. So in the summer holidays, when we go outside, we actually have facing different type of the complex situations. But for this gear, it's extremely ability for this front end. For this maximum is going to reach to 4,000 newton, and also back we have also realized for the 4,500 newton, and for this different scenarios, and especially for this power with the battery, and so they're actually to showing up the whole scenarios power. That is for like when we lack of this battery. What about the performances? We will not see something like empty. Let's take a look about the test. Let's take a look at the video. So the super high fall, not only for this full battery or the level battery for this 0 to 100 meters, this is exactly the opposite the same. So this is actually great performances. What do you think? It's not enough. So let's take a look at another test. So when the battery is going to reduce to 17%, and for this fully loaded situation could still comply 60% of like up-road scenario and run. So this is the second test. So it's not enough. So the next is going to bring another test for extremely lack of the battery, like super speed test. Let's take a look at this test. So when the battery is only remaining 8%, so still in this high speed process, we realized 233 kilometers per hour maximum speed. So our performances, we can see, is that extremely like better than the other competitors. Of course, when we have the lack of this battery for the 0 to 100 meters speed, it's not just to repeat when we have this crossroad. It means that when we don't have enough power, it will not be worried about when we have the lack of this battery. And also for this fully loading, for the lack of the batteries climbing, not only for this off-road different scenarios. I would like to bring up family members to see all these beautiful sightings. And when we have like the 233 kilometers per hour speed, where we lack of this battery, normally we are not going to be able to use it. But when in the high-speed road, that is actually the way you could be able to cross the other vehicles, and also to have this could verify that this is for super high fall. It's more faster and more reliable. We were not going to have like satisfied different scenarios. So for V9X, no matter for this longer one or family edition, for this power structure is also rely on this like Korean V9X platform. We support 800 volts of this structure, and also for 60 from this 30% to 80%, only 9 minutes, and which could be able to match with the same levels of flagships. In addition, we could be able like the same level of the 80 degrees hybrid battery for the CRTC. The pure battery could reach to 740 kilometers. We can see is that the daily city traveling whole week to charge one time is way enough. When we have the charging, the maximum, the power could reach to 490 kW. And for the big SUV in the whole market, this is actually for the top end level. 5 minutes. Maximum to have this power supply could reach to 200 kilometers, and this in the like service station. You drink a coffee, the power could support you to the next journey. And together with the high efficiency for the hybrid, together with the gas, when we have this full gas together with the full battery could reach to 1,700 kilometers, and also for 1.5 family edition could reach to 1,652 kilometers. No matter for this whole traveling, or you got to go back to your hometown, all of these great sightings, you can see whatever you want to do, and also easily come back to your home. So up till now, a lot of people can ask for 1.5T and super high fall, and also 2.0T super high fall. Is that the reliable same? Yes, it's no matter for this 1.5 or 2.0. Their lack of battery, we're not going to have any promises lack. Even if it doesn't have enough battery and high speed driving and also climbing the mountains, the power is always existing. So we can see is that the super high fall is faster, most reliable, and saving the energy and driving longer distance. So from this city traveling to like a long distance traveling, from this the mountain road to this like off-road situation, no matter for the fully of the battery or the lack of the battery, or no matter what situation to be V9X, the second way we could be able to bring to you is the power. We're not gonna rely for some every situation. We are gonna facing two different scenarios, and we have very easily to satisfy different scenarios. So for the whole families, is the accurate driving is not just like going to the and how fast you could be able to do it. Is actually the whether it's comfortable for the family members, whether it's comfortable, whether convenient to drive in the city. For the V9X is a whole like a super intelligent chassis together with the whole suspension, and the system could be able to do some adjustments together with like direction for the 20 degrees back wheel turning is the comfortable and also for the flexible easily, and for this the laser radar could notice your and also the, milliseconds adjustment, and when it goes through speed knowing and before is that we can easily to collect it and also to easily to move cross it to have a very comfortable, smooth feeling for the whole family members. And sitting here is quite comfortable, and also driving it very easily and easy to control is actually great things. And we're gonna have directions 20 degrees of the back wheel turning. Could realize 5.1 meters, very small turning way, which is even slower, smaller than the other silver cars. And the flexibility is not just this, but also for when we press one button, we could be able to move to the other things, and also we're not going to have any crashing, and we're going to have a very significantly the adjustment for the wheelbase, and the wheelbase could be do the adjustment to between 2.2 meters to 3.5 meters to have dynamic switching, and it's quite flexible, and with the have stable and also hold power for the different scenarios together with the whole scenarios control, which is going to bring our family members a quite reliable and also comfortable feeling. Here I would like to discuss one topic: why for the GWM there is several research. We have such a lot of technology that we're not going to do a simple structure to longer the distance. So distance longering is actually significantly topics in the city level. It's full battery, it's smooth, but when we go to off-road or lack of the battery climbing of the mountains, then the energy is going to have switching all the time. Not only the power is going to consumption a lot, easily to be pause. And for our scenarios, high-fi is actually lower speed is going to have saving the energy and saving this power. And we also have this the longer distance battery keeping module, which could satisfy different scenarios for the off-road and also for the city level. So for this long distance is actually future. This is actually a small part for the super high fall. So the remaining for the V9X, we're gonna facing to this great scenario and also fear about the great comfortable feeling. Let's take a look at the video. So we can run properly. And also good to control and sitting here for very comfortable. This is a V9X. The third climb is that we could like a long distance. We have a comfortable and big vehicle, and whole family could like traveling easily and easy to control, and also hidden in the choices. And the technology climb is actually existing in the whole journeys. And AI technology area, the intelligent flagship, not only for this the computing have different configuration, but also we need to have some collaborations to satisfy the demand of the whole family members. For V9X, they have this initial AI, Euro VRVs, cabins, intelligence for the traveling and also driving. The two VRVs, big module is going to have deeper collaboration together. Not only going to have this the great ability, but also going to have like humidity, temperature. So let's take a look about this traveling intelligence cabin, which is going to be like Xiaowei. So it's actually as the decision-making brand. VRV is the could support the understanding of the scenario and also have the great fast computing for the Xiaowei to understand it. It could be able to think, and also we are not going to select like picky the road. And the whole vehicle is going to have like 27 of this high promises sensors, and also to realize the 360 degrees like whole views feeding, and also for this the ADES chips, which could be able to provide the 700 of the top supercomputing to support like the millimeters data collection and data analysis to realize the feeding and decision making and carry out the whole closed loop. And also the hardware is going to be based, and also for this computing to have the breakthrough. And with V9X could have different scenarios of feeding, and also to realize the first way is that we're not going to be picky for the road. We can see is that no matter for like a narrow road, all this turning around, all this making circles is big vehicles when it's harder for the big vehicles to go through. It's actually easy for us. And second way is that we'll be able to hear, understand properly for the human voice. So for the VRS, the big modules, accurate the voice language recognition. You can see is that this big vehicle in the front is quite slow, goes through it. So it automatically makes this turning lights, and also to change the route, and also go through it, pass it. And for this the traffic lights, easily can read it, and also to go through it, and also stop her properly. And not only for this carried out, but also be able to think about properly. And we can use the whole scenarios into a 3D module, which place has the people, which place has this pig. It's easy to recognize that, and using like the logic that to show to you. Anytime can show up a good report. So the next, let's just take a look at the video to take a look how V9X, their ADS, is the accident performances in the like typical scenarios. Just now, we can see that this is the test. Do you know where we did that? Yes, in Hangzhou. It's like next by this West Lake in this busy time. It's still quite good, and the big vehicle and the big brand, and we don't have any issue for the parking. And whole scenarios parking could be able to park in different areas in the whole China market. And it's real time to feel like different like blockers, and also the recognition of this like brands, and also have recognized the whole layout of the whole situation. So you don't know that V9X that different abilities that for this back wheel turning is completely together with the smart driving, together with the parking system has that collaboration. So this ability is not the whole like back wheel turning ability of V9X. It's actually very few vehicles which could put like back wheel turning into smart driving. So the other people, when they park, they cannot be able to move in. We can use the one time to move into it. Very narrow parking place, we can go down, and also to remote control it, and easily to do it. And when we get into like parking area, you remember that parking way and also park it in properly. You can see is that the whole scenario easy to drive, easy to park, and just like V9X daily usage. So the next, I would like to share one point. It's a very interesting, like the upfront technology. Let's take a look at this video. So we can see that there's no people in the car. Yes. This is like, except for this currently the legal requirements, we can see is that like no people driving. So this is for the whole park, the whole scenario represents the human beings to park the car and also calling them out. So this technology in our factory is going to do higher efficiency for the manufacturing, because this is one point is like a very upfront technology. In our legally is not like released completely, but we are ready in the future when the condition is allowed. We could OTA it to everyone in that case. For like raining time or rain day, you can automatically come to pick you up. We are not going to go to collect the car. When we go like driving, shopping, we can just safely recognize the parking place and park it. And when we go back to our home, we can go back to home first, and the car could be able to park by themselves. This is that intelligent way it's supposed to be. After that, about the like, intelligent part for the Xiaomi. So let's take a look about the carbon. It's a manager in the carbon. So based on like 8295P, this is super energies chipped together with like 500 factors for this super widely camera, and together with the whole industry, we have this VLA computing. So Xiaowei is actually bring great interaction feeling. This is not only could be able to record the image of their family members and also the identification, and also understand the relationship with different family members, to care about your family members and care about them very much. They have this memory, they understand the emotional, they know how to chat, they can automatically do the service and also provide the emotional feeling and emotional value. This is actually the intelligent carbon. So the whole family like friends, for this emotional friends. So from like an open road to this parking places for this ADS to this companies for the carbon is actually the driving carbon AI luxury system. We are not going to let technology code, but also for the whole family traveling is be reliable and comfortable and smooth. So this is for V9X. That's the fourth climb. The technology understands exactly what you think about and also could protect you very well on the way when you are traveling. It's going to have a great climb and feeling and reliability. So the next, let's take a look at that video to feel that for classmate Xiaowei, just the excellencies for the smart cabin.
妈妈，我们还能去一次能看着小鱼吃饭的那个餐厅吗？我要去看小企鹅，我要去看大鲨鱼，我还想有一个小蛋糕。
小魏同学，帮我们总结一下刚才的行程规划。
首先前往海洋乐园，结束后去买小蛋糕，接着到可以看着小鱼吃午饭的餐厅，下午去公园逛逛，晚上回酒店泡温泉。
小魏同学，推荐妹妹爱吃的蛋糕店。
好。 附近有好几家妹妹爱吃的蛋糕店哦。
导航第一个，
这就为您导航过去。
小魏同学，
我在。
小朋友睡着了，不能一直吹风哦。
2排空调风力已经调节到最低档。
小魏同学，帮妈妈捶捶背。
副驾座椅按摩已打开。
小魏同学，打开后排娱乐屏。
2排娱乐屏已经打开。 请小心碰撞。
小魏同学，我想和你聊天。
好呀，好呀。
为什么大象的鼻子可以喝水，我们不行吗？
大象鼻子能喝水，是因为它的鼻腔结构很特殊，鼻腔内壁有许多褶皱，能像海绵一样储存水。
我来问，小魏同学，飞机为什么能飞在天上？为什么它那个脖子那么高？月亮为什么有时圆有时小鱼只能住在水里吗？地震是怎么发生的？
接下来呢是全家人最在意的
So the next is that the whole family we care about mostly is that the white space. So we're gonna have like philosophy of the Oriental to build up the cabin, and also touchable is actually like soft, comfortable things, and also for this warm lights, and to make the V9X to build up it as the comfortable family, and also have like healthy family. And we can see that from this the great size of this co-cabin, and also the 6 seats match with the MPV, and the 192 millimeters wide gallery for the senior people moving in and out. We're not going to be like moving inside, and for easy for the kids to move in. And also the standards like the second level of the seats, and with the 123 degrees of this golden line down the angle, and also have like to massage for the legs and also for this the waist. So when you are tired, you're going to have this massage. You can fully feel comfortable and also have recovery of your energy, and also the second row and also third row can have like seat heating, and also with like big handle is actually have a very comfortable feeling with the different rows. So you can see that different scenarios we need to have a very good detailed design. When we are feeling hot, we have this cool drinking. When it's still hot, we can have this curtain. The power is not far for phone. We would have this big mirror to light up to make up yourselves properly, and also the whole family members, we have all the belongings together with us. They have some places to put for this first and second lines lying down. It's going to be like 2 meters length of the bands. So you don't need to have any like when we do moving to this off-road and mountains. It's actually a great holiday places, and we can lie down this seats to make it as a bed. That is the whole that is your home. So except for this comfortable, and we would like to build up the comfortable. And also here is family. We can have the fabrics, antibacterial is going to be more than 99%. And we also have like the Harper's air, fresh air, which is going to make sure that the new car doesn't have any like smelling. It's using like the baby standards to care about like breathing hairs. And when we have the summertime, this summer is actually necessary. Not only we have this curtain to get barrier of this UV, but also we can have this reflection of this like pure leather, and after this exploration, the standard like surface of this temperature is going to be less than like 10 to 30% of this temperature. When we like sit inside, we're not going to have that like feeling of this too hot. And so for this GPS, for this GWN is also like professional people, so we would like using like high temperatures monitoring test. Let's take a look at this test video. Of course, the healthy family not only they have like a proper like dynamic together with the static, so we're gonna have like the third ones like the audio is gonna have like the top end of this adjuster to do this adjustment. Not only could be able to satisfy the like front and back end, but also have built up outdoor like having movable musical instruments. So this like keep it silence is actually the luxury things, and for this like we have this like static veers, and also together with the mute vehicle, and also to have like the automatically reduce the noisy, and also for the high speeds. So silence could match with like many levels luxury cars. So let's enjoy the VV9X to open journey of the living. So let's take a look at the video.
魏牌 V9X 既装得下温馨的日常烟火，
With
也容得下
V9X,
全家的
not
山
only
海
could
向
be
往。
able to collect
这
like
就是
a
我们
daily used
魏牌
scenario, but
V9X
also
的第5份功
suitable
能。
for the whole families
方
for
寸
the
之间
driving to the
皆是
mountains
舒适，
and great
点
sightseeing.
滴
So
细
this
节
is the five
全是安
points.
心，
Points is
阖家
that
出行
from
自
each
在
of the
从容。
moments is comfortable and each of the details is actually quite reliable. So the whole family together
讲了
traveling
这么多
outside
的
is
从容
quite
与惬
comfortable
意，
and quite
最终都需
enjoyable.
要安全来兜底。
So we have talking about so many
V9X
different
安
crimes
心
and their
来自我
excellencies.
们
So they
智
finally
能
need
主
to
动
based
安
on
全
the safety.
被动
So
安全
V9X
电池安
safety
全、信
reliability
息
is
安
coming
全、
from this
功能安
smart
全、机械安全和健康安全组
active
成的
safety,
7道
information safety,
环环相扣
functional
的防线。
safety, and mechanical
这套
safety,
细
and
微
also
的
TFC
全域安全
safety,
体
and
系
with have
是
different
给
like
全家人量
points
身打
to
造的
getting
金钟
together
罩。
into action. So this is
在
7
被动安全
points
方面，
like
我
whole
们常说的口
scenarios
碑
of
无需多
protection
言
for the whole families. It's
我
gonna
们
tailor
魏牌
the
的产
making
品
for the whole
也在
families
很
for
多
this
真实的工况下
passive
为
safety
用户
for the
守护
repetition
了
of TRPM. We
生
don't
命。
need to talk
而我
too
们
much
的
about it. We have a
智
lot
能
of
主
different
动安全
scenarios. We
持
could
续
be
计
able to
划，
help
魏
our
牌 V9X
users
的
to
整
protect
车
their
配
life
备
and also for
高
this
达
smart
30多项智
ADS
能安全配
safety
置。
function. We
构建起了
constantly
覆盖
improve that, and
全
also
场
the
景
whole
的
vehicle is
出
going to
行的
be
隐
more
形
than
防护网，
30 plus of this intelligent
前
safety
向紧急
configurations,
制动、
which could
紧急
cover
避
4
险以及
scenarios.
倒车
And also
防
the
水弹头
and
共同
like
打野。
emergency
今
lock
天
and also the
我们的
emergency
主动
go
安全
through with the
再次
different
进化。
obstacles and also
接
for
下
the
来
sparking and also
看一
the
段测试视
anti-braining.
频。
We can collect all of this and also part of today the like a like massive safety is automatically improve a lot. Let's take a look of this test video.
"看到了吗？这就是我们的智能的主动避险功能。
So you can see
在夜间，
this is
它
the
能够以
intelligent
120
like
公里的时速，如
active
果你跟车的话，
anti-obstacles
前方
function.
如
In the
突然之
nighttime,
间
they
有
could
事
be
故，
using
我
like
们肉眼看不清。
20
但
kilometers
是
per hour if you're
我们
following
的
up with the vehicle.
AES
In
也
there
就
is
是
an
我们的
accident
智
in
能避
front.
险系
We
统，能
cannot
够
see it clearly,
实时的
but
连续
our
紧急避
AES
险，
is our
哪怕是
like
前
system
面
intelligent system
有
could be able to
很强的
real
逆
time
光，
to
也能够稳
avoid
稳的
that
识别
obstacle
前方的
like
事故，化险为夷。
urgently. Even there is have a very strong light in
如果
front,
说
we can
这
stably
些是
recognize
日
that
常
there is
守
an
护，
accident in
那
front and
么
also get
接
rid of
下来的这
that.
项挑战，
And
就是我
evidence
们
is that
高
this
速路
is
上
actually the
的
protection
生死关
daily.
卡。
So the
这一次，
remaining challenge,
我们直
this
接
is
挑
actually
战
in the high-speed
行
road.
业
This is
史无
actually
前例
like
的
the
220公里时速，单
accidents
侧
that
前后
showing up
双轮
like
爆胎
in the
道，
whole industry
第一
is
级
the
功耗。
220 kilometers per hour, and the single side front and back wheels like protection, which is take a look of this test.
准备出发。3、2、1，哦！
这个测试是不是很刺激？我媳妇说我比较
So
二，
this test
然后为了一个
is
星期的
is
测一
great,
把，
right? my wife told me that this is really stupid using these blow up to test it. So this is not just a view. This is actually for the build-up-in. We could be able to build up the vehicle, and especially for the whole station self-research. All of this the turning could be into gear coverage for in the milliseconds, and to not only gonna have active protection, but also we're gonna have the care for the protection in the highlight. So our highlight smart projector, but also could have our very long distance driving, but also have this information notice to make this safety and active in front of you, but also could showing great, and also get rid of the other side drivers. And both of the R's it's going to be quite safe. And so when we have this accidents, we could have emergency to stop. We're going to have some light notice and alarm. When we have the narrow road, it could eager that, and also for the night time, we have this narrow road. We could have this confidence to drive. In GWM, we constantly improve ourselves, and also for this is actually we would like to care about this technology, and because for the respect for GWM to respect the life. So this is the one thing is that you always would like to believe in us for the safety. So we have the 7 ways of this protection, and each of them is going to connect together. And we could think that the safety not just for configurations is based on all of these things. This is actually the bottom line for all of us. This is for the V9X. This is 6 climb. We need to. Everything is going to be protected and give this safety to the whole family, and also give the alarm to climb to ourselves. So we believe that this is actually for the whole family's deep understanding. And for this beauty of the rental and also digital design is, and also the smart cabin is going to have careful of this whole place, and also for this smart driving is going to be quite comfortable, and also safety, and also protection, and also active this safety, and for this promises control is going to have a whole scenarios considerations. So for V9X, you can see is that each of them is quite reliable, and each of them is going to be the people which could fight against the different scenarios. This is not just a technology competition. This is not just a cost-effective products. This is actually created for the whole happiness for the whole family, and it's a great family edition. So you can see is that when we do the research for this vehicle, and we always asking ourselves, if we're going to put this vehicle to our family, whether I think is feel comfortable or not. Normally the picky way is coming from the people love you very much. Today we have invited a special family member, and in this scenario is actually is quite strong in their career. In this family is actually a daughter quite care about her parents, whether V9X could be able to pass his picky selection. So today we have invited the user just to collect this car, which is Chinese ping pong player and V9X owner. Miss Chen Meng, let's invite. So before Miss Chen Meng get onto the stage, let's take a look of this video. So we believe that Miss Chen Meng also enjoyed it quite a lot. Let's take a look.
哦，我来感受副驾了。大家准备。哇，太爽了！
得哇塞，这个真的是太舒服了。
陈梦，以后咱们一起出发吧。
好的，那我们出发吧。
就车开的比他自己开的要好一点儿。哎呦，这是咋了呀？完了，旁边有一个人，
后面离我们太近了。
前面有一台开的特别慢的车，它就会自己变道。OK。
太丝滑了，
没有任何挑战，这个车位太简单了。
好，有请陈梦。
Okay, so let's invite Chen Meng.
不好意思啊，陈梦，让你提前站起来了。本来应该是让你在下面。本来应该让你下面。
Sorry, Chen Meng. So invite you to stand up earlier. So no problem at all. I'd like you to prepare it. So otherwise you could sit at this seat and to take a look of this video. So it means that we didn't have any like rehearsal yet. So okay, so we can do the introduction about yourself. Hello, everybody is familiar with you. You're quite famous, but we still would like to see something people don't know about you. So hello everyone, my name is Chen Meng. It's quite happy that in VVIX like the launch event to see all of you.
现场很热烈啊！昨天在实验场玩了一圈，感觉怎么样？
哇，我感觉真的特别爽。
So on site is quite like right. Just now you enjoyed the journey. What about the feeling? I think it's great. It's extremely interesting. I never enjoy like this type of test in a professional site because yesterday in the Xubeis test land and using this car is 0 to 100 spinning together with like a full battery to have the competing, but in the whole journey. And actually, when we do the speeding with the other car, initially I saw that they have a big differences, but after the whole test, I think it is out of my expectation because the whole speed doesn't have any like lag with the full battery and full battery and power, but also is have enough power. This is my feeling. Not only they have like a feeling for the push my back, and also my feeling is that the chassis is very stable, reliable. So it's really quite comfortable for me. So it's really appreciated. So this is actually you tried. It's a 1.5T. The car you collected is a 2.0T. It's a luxury family edition. This is like more powerful than this one. So 1.5T is already have such good feeling. So when we go back, I'm going to try my 2.0. So I believe that the driving feeling is going to be more comfortable. So you can feel it when you go back. So today, this morning, you also for the VVIX like a sponsor have played ping pong. I think that he definitely gonna have a lot of things to chat with you. So let's invite the VVIX sponsor. This is the president, Mr. Hui Jianjin, to come to the stage and have a chat with you.
陈总又见面了。上午这个刚请教了一下乒乓球的技术。
Great to see you again this morning.
首先呢，
we just
我特别的高兴
learned from her about the ping pong technology. So firstly, I'm quite happy.
奥运冠军
I really appreciate
奥运冠军能成为我们
our
魏牌的车主。
The two-time Olympic campaign for ping pong is could become the owner of Wei. Really appreciate.
信任我们的产品。
So using like the world champion to believe in us and to believe in our product, which is gonna bring a very high honor Here, I could guarantee that me, myself, as a sponsor, I will definitely do my job well to make the quality of the product, the technology of the product and service for our user, to provide them great services. And you can say is that the world champion is very, very few. As people know that the ping pong is actually our national ball. It has a wide coverage. And we can say is that it's really have a heavy competition to the world champion. And 2 times of the world champion, you can see is that how difficult it is. So actually, you can see is that as the world champion, kinds of GWN is like long-term attitude. You can see, as you can see, is that there is like statistics that China we almost have like 140 million people playing ping pong, which means that they can play ping pong on site. Of course, it's widely coverage. As we can see, is that the whole world, like the back of the world champion, is like really like solid technology. As Chen Ming we know is that she started to like practice ping pong since she was 5 years old. As you can see, is that in our professional team, such a widely covered market. If there is no very excellent patience to challenge ourselves, and also constantly need to for like internationally, or we can see is that domestically, as we can see is that as I heard, okay, is actually they're like a professional player said that playing international champion is actually easier, and the domestic champion is domestic competition actually have a higher pressure. Actually, the pressure is the international pressure, but the technology is really quite high in the domestically competition, because the pressure is not as high as the international competition, but the pressure is still quite heavy, right? Still quite a lot of heavy, right? Quite heavy pressure, right? So I would like to say is that our car, we have to study and learn from the world champion, as they can see is that we work here. If we don't have like long-term attitudes, if we don't have like completely like the moving into our energy into it, if we don't have this passion for this ping pong, it's very hard to reach this level, such a high level. So this morning, I can say is that I'm the like sponsor of Wei. I played ping pong for more than 30 years, and I actually played with Ms. Chen. I think that my time playing it is longer than you, but the technologies cannot be compared with you. So actually, the technology is actually quite good. So this morning, I actually invited Chen Meng to actually learn from her, saying that for this couple years, but actually I would like to learn something like technology properly. So she actually gave me for actually the first one where I earned 1 score, and the second term I earned 2 scores, and didn't make me 0, so give me enough I can face. So really appreciate Chen Meng. So Mr. Wei, you are really humorous. Yes, that's true. I also want to say, if we based on this morning's, it's good for me to earn 1 score, right? What do you think? It's extremely good because today, this morning, I cannot say that it's like a regular playing. As I heard that Mr. Wei has been playing ping pong for more than 30 years on practice basis. That is why when we have the competition this morning is like a professional player. Of course, I need to use my whole ability to compete with you for that round. So as like a competition, definitely I need to completely move in and to let you feel that a professional player is going to be this level. And under that situation, actually, it's gonna, as we can see, is that respect the other side, right? Yes, that's true. Actually, I don't want to like someone to say like give the opportunity to be the same as like car manufacturing. Respect the manufacturing process is that we need to make the real quality, really technology, really quality and services to serve for each of our users, which is the same as the competition side of ping pong. That's why we have this possibility. We see that is because of this side zero situation, because she didn't bring any like she actually didn't bring her racket and just select one racket and play with me. Probably, if she's using her own professional racket, I cannot win any score. No, it won't be possible. So I hope that as a sponsor, I could be properly do my job here. And I'm the sponsor. I have to be responsible for it all the time. And you are our user, and you also represent wider users of ours. So for GWM, and we're gonna make more detailed things, more like careful services to make a great service to our wider users and for our users and friends, and we don't have any problems for the traveling and to contribute our services from ourselves. So great, I would like to represent V9X wider users. Here I would like to appreciate Mr. Wei has said something, because the boss is going to be the sponsor. So as a user, we think it's quite reliable for us. Okay, so let's take a look at our performances. Okay.
谢谢陈梦，谢谢魏总。
Really appreciate the Shenmeng. Thank you, Mr. Wei.
对话，2个冠军，1个答案。一位是球场上的世界冠军。
So one ping pong competition and 3 types of chatting and 2 champions, 1 answer.
一位是造车界的
So one is a world champion.
36年。
And constantly playing for 20 years, which is relying on this the solid and technology and practice. And one is for this vehicle manufacturing long term, and for 36 years, and also the same thing. So both of them tell us one thing, is that all of the things worth to do is need the time to go through it. V9X is the selection of this champion for each of the people carefully to living to enjoy their life. Thanks again for Chen and Mr. Wei's interaction and sharing. So the next, I would like to officially launch the V9X prize configuration. So firstly, let's remind ourselves V9X, the whole series, and the only one, the super high fall, the hybrid system. The whole standard is definitely going to be like for plus the dual direction plus 20 degrees back wheels turning, and to have this whole like Crossman Xiaowei. This is a great configuration. On top of that, we also have the 22 points of this message, and also the great software, and also how the audio, and also for this settings levels of this silence mode of this configuration in this 400,000 market is going to be like a top end. We actually the whole covered all of them, and please invite all of you to our store to enjoy the V9X this climb, and also the comfortable and enjoy your journey. Thank you very much.
V9X 家庭版上市发布会已接近尾声。
Really appreciate Mr. Zhang's sharing of the media's and users' friends. As up to now, so for V9X Family Edition's launch event is almost the end. Really appreciate all of you to join on site, and we hope that the surprise is not only for this product, but also for you together with all the family members to enjoy each of the journey. Hope that V9X is going to protect you for each of this journey, and also to help you to reach to each of this great moment. Really appreciate you. See you next time.
GWM, go with more. 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 GWM, go with more.